Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for joining me on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Not really much of anything different happened today than what we saw yesterday. Just our typical summertime weather, the beginning of August here in central Mississippi. We got up to the low 90s today. We've had partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies for part of the day as well. But we have stayed mostly dry, and that continues to be the case. Zooming in on Live IMAX 12 here, down into portions, let's see, you're down here, Perry County, you're getting some downpours right over New Augusta, northern part of the county as well. Other than that, mostly dry conditions across central Mississippi. Let me zoom in here and see if we can see anything on the radar. Not really much else going on north of Brookhaven there in portions of Lincoln County, maybe a quick downpour as well. But for the most part, dry conditions, and I expect that to remain the case throughout the overnight hours as well. Those few isolated storms will fizzle out over the next few hours. Clouds will clear as we head into tomorrow morning as well, expecting calm conditions as we head into Monday morning. Still mild outside in the 80s everywhere. Vicksburg, you're holding on to 90, 89 in the metro, 88 in Hattiesburg, 86 up in Kosciuszko, and with our winds coming out of the northeast, it isn't as muggy as it could be. We still were feeling like the triple digits this afternoon, still feeling like the upper 90s in many places. Overnight, low 70s, once again 74 degrees. That's right near our average low temperature. I think our average low is 72, so we're running a bit above average for the low temperatures, but below average for our high temperatures. I think we'll be at 92 tomorrow, that average high being 93. Partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a rinse and repeat forecast again. The potential for a couple of stray afternoon storms once again. Starting out dry tomorrow morning. Get that heating though. We'll get a few storms firing up. Notice the coverage is not going to be great. I expect most people to stay dry. Just a couple of hit or miss storms throughout the day, and then dry conditions return past sunset. Unfortunately, we're going to have a change in our flow pattern. So we've had winds coming out of the northeast. That's brought in lower humidity. Yes, we're still hot and humid. I get it. It's the beginning of August. Yes, it's still hot and humid. It could be worse. Just compare it to what we saw 2 weeks ago. But I'm expecting the humidity to change as we head towards midweek because our winds are going to start coming back up from the Gulf. So that's going to bring in more of that humid, uncomfortable air, what you don't want to be feeling. It's not going to be as bad as what we were dealing with 2 weeks ago, but still, it's going to be more humid as we head towards the second half of the week. And the other part of that is when we have the higher dew points, we're going to have more moisture to work with, so we're going to have better chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Monday, just a few stray storms. Then past that, Tuesday through Friday, during the afternoon, I think these are some of the best chances of rain that we have seen over the past several weeks. We need the rain here in Jackson. I think I looked, it was about, over the past 8 days, we've seen 0.02 of an inch of rain in the metro. We're going to get some more rain this week. I expect about an inch for most of central Mississippi, but we can have some more locally higher amounts, especially further down south because that's where you're going to have better amounts of moisture coming up from the Gulf. So in south central Mississippi, portions of the Pine Belt, you can have about 2 inches of rain. But I would say close to an inch is what you can expect for the metro. Even with the rain, that will damper our temperatures back down to the low 90s. That's going to keep our highs in the low 90s. But our feels-like temperatures are going to be in the triple digits for Monday. When we get that rain, still likely feeling like the upper 90s during the afternoon at some point on Tuesday and Wednesday. Drier conditions past Thursday is going to allow for those feels-like temperatures to potentially reach 105 degrees by next weekend. Once again, that's heat advisory criteria. We'll keep an eye on that. I think right now it looks like, especially for areas west of Interstate 55, closer to our river counties, including the metro, you'd be most likely to be included in one of those if we got a heat advisory later in the week. Still watching for that, but even if we're not under an advisory, it's still going to be feeling like over 100 degrees as we head towards next weekend. So get ready for higher humidity because this week it is going to make a return. Towards the tropics, we're in the middle of hurricane season. It has started heating up over the past few weeks. 90% chance that a low pressure system off the west coast of Africa forms into some tropical system. And then in the central part of the Atlantic Ocean, this yellow X here is another low pressure system. 20% chance that it forms into a tropical system over the next week. We'll keep an eye on both of these. Not going to impact us here in the Magnolia State over the next 8 days, though. No tropical impacts in this 8-day forecast. We're going to have plenty of that Gulf moisture, though, which is going to allow for those scattered showers and thunderstorms on a daily basis, Tuesday through Friday. Expecting drier conditions to return by next weekend, and whenever that happens, temperatures will return potentially to the mid-90s by the start of the next work week, but our feels-like temperatures are going to be 105 degrees or greater potentially by the weekend into next week as well. So get ready for a rainy week. Keep that umbrella on standby. Humid week as well, and we're going to keep those seasonal high temperatures in the low 90s. Thank y'all for watching on Facebook Live, or if you're watching on YouTube, appreciate y'all watching this evening. We'll be on the CW at 9, WJTV at 10. Tomorrow morning, meteorologist Megan Hanna will be here with your next weather update. I hope y'all have a great rest of this Sunday and a great week ahead.